Two men journey to the bars and restaurants of Scandinavia to find amazing beers, always with the same question.
Hey, what's on tap?
It's time to find out.
Hello and welcome back to What's on Tap podcast, where we review the greatest and latest in beer, but maybe actually not this time. Hello, my name is Martin.
Spoilers.
My name is Martin.
And I'm Stefan, and we have two very exciting beers for us today.
I'm actually really excited about the beer you brought. I was excited about the beer I brought until we opened it up.
Aw,
We'll get
I'm
there.
sure it'll be fine.
We'll get there.
So the first beer we have is basically orange juice. If you were to look at this, beer in a glass, you would think, oh, someone has poured me a delicious fresh glass of orange juice.
Or multivitamin juice. Or something.
No, I mean this looks straight up like orange juice. They're not even a multivitamin. Like
orange juice is usually more yellow. This is like a mango.
do I need to go get? I can get some orange juice out here, and we can compare the two and see which one looks more like orange juice.
We should do that later.
All right, so we might do that later. We'll see.
So this is from a completely new brewery that I've never heard of in my entire life.
It's called Oozlefinch Beers and Blending, and they are from Fort Monroe, Virginia. And the head brewer is Rachel Howard. So good on you, Rachel. This is definitely a stop-drop roll beer because there is a lot of things happening inside this can. This is a sour ale with tangerine, orange, guanabana, vanilla, and lactose.
And we didn't Google what guanabana actually is.
Why would we? There's no point in looking at that kind of science.
But for some reason on this side of the can, there's the red eye of Hal from 2001: A Space Odyssey. For some reason.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff happening on this can. It's kind of spacey, weird. There's some sort of... I thought it was a penguin, but I'm not so sure anymore. It's just some sort of bird with a big orange beak and a very skinny neck.
Yeah.
Looking at a laptop that says Oozlefinch.
You say Oozlefinch, and the Untapped says Oozlefinch, but it actually has a Swedish the dots over the O, the umlauts. So it's actually Oozlefinch. Oozlefinch.
I'm glad you picked that up because it's very subtle on the can. If you don't look at the can, you wouldn't notice that because when you look it up on tap, they don't have the umlauts. No,
the Swedish. Oozlefinch.
And they have your motto on here. All the monies for beer. So it's got C user / super hacker downloading / all monies / for beer.
Wow.
I know. It's almost like this beer was created for you.
Yeah.
Or this label was created for you.
Oozlefinch. So there's some fruit on the nose.
Oh yeah, I mean it's nothing but fruit.
Was this a sour?
Yeah, it's a sour ale.
Doesn't smell very sour.
It's probably not. It's probably going to be very fruity with a slight tanginess involved.
Let's try it.
So, cheers.
Pulpy. There is pulp in this, right?
I don't think so, but there is a nice fruit juice tartness to this.
This is actually really
It's
drinkable.
It's not like sour. I mean, it is sour, but it's a puckering tartness to it, kind of like you would get from fruit juice.
So how strong is it? 6.5? Internet says.
I don't think it says it's on the can. Now that you mention it.
Untapped says 6.5, and you
there it is. 6.5.
You cannot really taste it. It tastes like fruit juice.
Yeah. Yeah, my 5-year-old daughter said, "Yummy."
Yeah.
So you know it's good.
Exactly.
I mean, you definitely get that tangerine orange, up front. I mean, the tangerine bright tartness totally comes through. What's weird is not a lot of vanilla. There's not a huge vanilla lactose component to this.
Actually, thank God. Now that I'm tasting it, I would not have wanted an addition of vanilla.
No. I think the vanilla and the lactose part just brightens it and sweetens a little bit because there is a little bit of a sweetness, but it's not so overpowering that you just go, God, this is just a sugar bomb. It literally I mean, if someone was to pour me a glass of this and just tell me it was fruit juice, I don't think I would know the difference.
No, but it works. I mean, the sourness sticks to the side of my tongue, where this lingering, mouth-watering sourness usually sticks, and that's pretty. I like that.
Yeah, this is a really crazy good discovery. I did not know what to expect from Oozlefinch. I have never heard of them before. I've never seen them in the web shops, but I found this at I guess it was Glossbanken had a deal
Nice.
with free shipping. So I was just like, I wasn't going to buy anything, but free shipping. that's saving me, like 10, $15 or whatever the shipping cost is.
Exactly.
So, maybe you want to look into buying a few things and maybe not have to fill up 1,000 crowns worth of a shopping cart to get the free shipping. But if I wanted to buy, like, say, 400 crowns worth of stuff, that's definitely worth it.
I did the same that same day when Glossbanken had free shipping, and then like a few weeks later, Ales and Brews had free shipping, and I bought like 4 beers from them.
Ah, nice.
And the next beer is from one of those purchases. I don't remember where. It might have been Glossbanken actually.
I think it might have been.
But we'll get there.
Man, I'm really, really loving this beer. This is so super drinkable, so tangy, so refreshing. I think
This is surprisingly fun.
I'm going to give it a 4.5.
I'm at the 4.25, but it's kind of strong.
Yeah, it's a real strong. For me, it makes me want to find out more from this brewery and try more of their stuff, because this is a real banger, and I can't wait to see what else they do. I definitely want to try more from them.
Definitely more of this.
Okay, and so next we have Cascade, and we've had Cascade on the show before, and we both admitted to having some issues with Cascade, and they're fairly high rated and well respected.
Many of their sours are too sour, too vinegary.
I would say they're so dry and dusty that I just do not enjoy Cascade sours.
No.
So it's one of those things that I just, you in your beer journeys in life, you come to realize certain things. Like, I just don't like Cascade sours. No. And I'm never going to like Cascade sours. And no matter what they do, it's probably not going to work for me. So I'm just okay not to have them ever again.
Exactly.
But then something comes along and you're kind of like, well, shit, I guess I'll give this a try, just because it's not a hard sour like they're known for.
And this is one of those. It's Pistil Whipped.
So it's pistol, like a flower pistol, not a bang bang gun pistol.
Exactly.
And it's a barrel aged blonde ale, which will also intrigue me.
Yes.
But then we get to the questionable part with saffron and chamomile.
Yeah.
So my daughter came by and she smelled the beer and she said, "Oh, it smells like a Lucicat." And I'm like, well, that is not great. So Lucicat, for those that aren't familiar with the Swedish treat that comes out in the fall of every year,
it's a saffron one.
It's a saffron with like a raisin kind of. It's curled and looks like a kind of a very fancy S shape. I've had saffron beers made in Sweden, Bräckeriet, and I think Bräckeriet makes
they make Lucelele.
Lucelele, which is a very saffron-based beer that's very yellow in nature, but very saffron light.
Very sour
flavor.
The thing about Lucelele is it tastes more like bouillabaisse soup than it does
taste like
saffron.
And that's the weird thing about saffron is, like, I like saffron in savory treats. As a sweet component, it just does not work for me in any way whatsoever. So so when I've had saffron, like saffron rice, delicious.
Yes.
Saffron buns, garbage.
Yes.
So I'm very curious how I feel about this one. But this smells...
It smells a lot like sour saffron.
For me, it smells like saffron water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
a little slight tinge of tartness to it. All right, let's try this. The look on your face says, "I'm not looking forward to this experience."
I'm not actually. Tastes better than it smells.
It tastes a lot better than it smells.
It actually tastes a lot better than it smells.
For me, it's almost like Christmas flavors.
It's way more tea, like chamomile flavored in the taste.
I think the tea brings in some herbal notes that elevate the beer, and for me, give it almost a Christmassy kind of flavor. Maybe it's like a little tinge of cinnamon in there, a little tinge of.
It smells so bad.
It smells like straight up saffron soaked in hot water. This is not a beer you want to smell. This is a beer you want to drink. And the initial flavor is just like straight up saffron.
Yeah.
And then like you get that sour component, which kind of builds a little complexity, and then you get this nice herbal tea flavor at the end. This is actually surprisingly much better than I expected.
It's throwing me for a loop now, well, but maybe also because I went into it with such low hopes. Mm-hmm. I have to make a confession.
Yes.
When I bought this and when I brought it, I did not know it had saffron.
It's okay. I like to be challenged in my beers.
I saw Cascade barrel-aged blonde buy and then bring.
Yep, that's how I would have seen it as well.
Pistil Whipped, I thought about flowers, not saffron.
So this is a 7.7%, and it says Pistil Whipped is a blend of our sour blonde ales aged in oak wine barrels with late infusion of saffron and chamomile, pouring a rich golden yellow from the saffron's distinct color. This unique botanical blend captures saffron's earthy, hay-like spicy characters with gentle floral honey notes from the chamomile tea. The profile is sour, floral, earthy, and herbal. And I will say that my complaint about Cascade being like way too sour extends to this beer.
It's too sour?
It's too sour. Yeah. I think
for a barrel-aged blonde ale,
for barrel-aged blonde ale, this is not a blonde ale. And anyway, this is a hard. I mean, for Cascade, it's a mild sour.
Yeah.
But for anyone else, this would be a hard sour. And I think that because it's so sour, it takes away from the saffron and the chamomile herbal nature of the beer. I think there's a really nice, light, delicate beer here that's just stomped on by sour heaviness, like someone with their boots on just tromping through a flower garden saying, "Look at all the pretty flowers!"
Pretty much.
Yeah, you're missing the point of the flower garden, you know?
Yes. It's worth mentioning that this is the 2020 vintage.
Yeah.
It says on the bottom, canned on blah, 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 2020.
The initial flavor is so good. It's really just hitting the combination of the tea and the saffron and the blonde ale just right. And that sour comes in and just wrecks it all. Like a 2-year-old going to town on a Lego building that you just spent 5 hours building.
Chomp. Yeah, crush. I'm going to give it a 3.
You know, sadly, I'm right there with you. I think the sour just kills the beer.
It has a lot of good and it has a lot of bad. I don't know. I'm just throwing a dice out here, basically going 3. I don't know.
Yeah, for once, I think the chamomile and saffron really work in this beer. Yeah. I think it's a really great combination.
But not in the aroma, so that's
no. The aroma is quite harsh. The aroma is just straight up saffron, and then the aftertaste is not bad. It's just that in between the initial tasting and the swallowing, and then the exposure of the sour that just is a real punch in the teeth again. It's a wreck. It's a mess of a beer, unfortunately, because I really wanted to hate this beer, and then I tried it, and I was like, I really wanted to like this beer, and then it was just like, no, it's just.
It's like a student handing in an essay on World War II and gets minute details correct. But then the summary of the bad guys England winning, you're like, wait a minute, you got some points right, but you've completely missed the point you've completely missed so much here.
Yeah. And then the evil Americans came in and dominated everyone.
So evil.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of how it feels.
So you got the dates of when separate tanks were introduced correct, but you've missed the war. Like you missed the point. You missed the point, but you got some good things going. A 3. That's both too high and too low at the same time.
It kind of is. It's like I really wanted to give it a 3.5.
I also want to give it a 2.
Exactly, but I also want to give it a 2. Because I don't like chamomile. I don't like tea in beers usually. I don't think it's a very good adjunct for the most part. I think it's used ineffectively or in the wrong combinations. I think a blonde ale with tea and saffron would work really well. This sour abomination that we have in front of us it's just too much.
I don't want more.
No, I'm done. Okay, on that note.
And our listeners don't want more
episodes. Yeah. We've waxed on too long for this. You can find us online at whatsontappodcast.com, Instagram, Facebook, Spotify, YouTube, and wherever you can find unsoured podcast, you can find What's on Tap Podcast. Until next time.
Keep drinking it, dumb ones.